Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Monday, April 15th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church, and happy tax day. Yeah. Did you get yours done? I did. All right. Help support the show now that it's tax day. Get yourself a Fade to Black T-shirt, 2 shirts, 2 ways to get them. The links are below. Also become a Fade or Not. Help support everything that we do around here. It is Monday. We're kicking off another brand new week here on Fade to Black. Big week here this week on Fade to Black because tonight, starting it off with Dr. James Beecham. What is CERN? He is a physicist that works at CERN. So we're going to find out about CERN and what he is doing there. Yeah, and we're going to address some of those rumors too as well. All right. Tomorrow night, Dr. Lynn Kate is with us. The Phoenix Lights. She's got some new information, and we're going to be talking about that tomorrow night. And Wednesday, Leslie Mitchell Clark is with us. We're going to talk about ET hypnotherapy. Yeah, that is Wednesday night. And then Thursday night, another big show. Britt Elders is finally with us. We are going to be talking about Palladian contact. Yep. And her research that goes back almost 50 years. Huge show on Thursday night. Big week coming up. Now, I also have 6 major events booked for the second half of 2024. I've got some other stuff, too, that will be added to the list. But coming up first, I've got the Anunnaki TV premiere at Regal Cinemas right here in Los Angeles with Billy Carson and Forbidden Knowledge. That is happening on May 11th. Then I've got DisclosureFest, Stairway to the Stars, also here in Los Angeles at Castaic Lake in California. And that is the weekend of June 10th, 11th, and 12th. Then I've got the 2024 Conscious Awards in Miami, Florida. That's happening August 3rd and 4th. Then I've got the Contact at Sea cruise to Alaska coming up September 6th through the 13th. Then I'm heading over to Egypt for the Egypt Forbidden Knowledge Tour, October 3rd through the 14th. And then I'm going down back to South America for Peru and Bolivia, and that tour with Brian Forrester. And that is November 15th through the 27th. Now, the links and info for tickets for everything that I just mentioned is in the description below. You can head over to the websites. Now, I think there are only 3 spots left for Peru. Egypt is selling out, and it's the same thing for the Contact at Sea cruise. So get your tickets and information now, and I'll see you out there traveling the world this year in 2024. All right, let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 1912, at 2:20 a.m., the Titanic sinks into the North Atlantic Ocean about 400 miles south of Newfoundland, Canada. The ship, which carried 2,200 passengers and crew, had struck an iceberg 2.5 hours before. Wow, on this day in 1912. Here's your fader fact. On average, men get bored of a shopping trip after 16 minutes. Women, about 6 hours. And 8 out of 10 men, that is 80%, prefer shopping alone for 16 minutes. All right, let's get to the breaking news. NASA has just announced that a solar sail mission testing new space travel materials in Earth's orbit is scheduled to lift off no sooner than April 24th. Named the Advanced Composite Solar Sail System, or ACS-3, the mission's primary goal is to test the deployment of solar sails using new composite booms meant to unfurl and hold 4 very thin triangular sheets. These sheets form a kite-like solar sail. The ACS-3 booms pull the solar sail into the size of a small apartment from a microwave-sized satellite in under 30 minutes. The spacecraft is scheduled to launch on board Rocket Lab's Electron rocket from the company's launch site in New Zealand. Hannah Gutierrez Reed, the Rust film armorer, was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter last month for the 2021 on-set fatal shooting of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins, who was sentenced today by a judge in New Mexico to 18 months in prison. Actor Alec Baldwin, who has also been charged with involuntary manslaughter, is expected to stand trial in July. The mystery of how Pluto got a giant heart-shaped feature on its surface has finally been solved by an international team of astrophysicists led by the University of Bern and members of the National Center of Competence in Research, the NCCR Planets. The team is the first to successfully reproduce the unusual shape with numerical simulations, attributing it to a giant and slow oblique angle impact. Wow, incredible. NASA is teaching a robot dog how to walk on the moon. That's right. A multidisciplinary team of researchers, including engineers, planetary scientists, and cognitive scientists, let loose a quadruped robot called Spirit at an altitude of 6,000 feet on the snowy and rocky hills of Oregon's Mount Hood. The project, called Legged Autonomous Surface Science in Analog Environments, or LASSI, yeah, that's creative, is designed to teach the robot to adapt to its varying environment in real time, with the goal of eventually having it traverse the surface of the moon and perhaps other worlds in our solar system. The team received a 2-year, $2 million grant from NASA to help the agency deliver robots to the surface of the moon. Tesla has just announced to its staff that it is laying off more than 10% of its global workforce. An internal company memo sent out earlier today shows as it grapples with falling sales and an intensifying price war for electric vehicles. Tesla CEO Elon Musk posted on Twitter, it's now called X, but who cares, he said, quote, "About every 5 years, we need to reorganize and streamline the company for the next phase of growth," end quote. Also, earlier today, Tesla's senior vice president, Drew Baglino, in charge of battery development, and Rohan Patel, vice president for public policy and business development, both announced their exits from the company on X, formerly known as Twitter. In October 2022, an international team of researchers, including Northwestern University astrophysicists, observed the brightest gamma ray burst, GRB, ever recorded. It was GRB 221009A. Now, a Northwestern-led team has confirmed that the phenomenon was responsible for the historic burst dubbed BOAT, the brightest of all time, is the collapse and subsequent explosion of a massive star. The team discovered the explosion, or supernova, using NASA's James Webb Space Telescope. And finally, I'll leave you with this. Yeah, I'm officially getting old. I mean, I don't feel old. I don't think old. I don't really look old. In fact, I feel the same as I did when I was in my 20s, and I have the same attitude. I have the same thoughts, just a little wiser. But then came Coachella. I found out this morning, as in Monday, today, that it was this past weekend. I didn't even know, or apparently care. I only got the news because of the headlines. Yeah, in the news about Coachella. And the first headline that caught my eye was this, and I'm quoting: Grimes apologizes for disastrous Coachella set. Well, that's certainly worth a click, right? So I did. I clicked. And in the article, quoting Grimes from her post on Twitter, it's now known as X, but who cares? And quote, I want to apologize for the technical issues with the show tonight. Usually, I always handle every aspect of my show myself. To save time, this was one of the first times I've outsourced essential things like record box BPMs and letting someone else organize the tracks on the SD card, etc. Referencing, check this, the DJ software required to play her music. Yeah. Grimes added in her apology that she, quote, will personally organize all the files next week, end quote, ahead of her performance at Coachella's second weekend, which is this week. And no, I didn't know about that either. So there you go. It just it's like Milli Vanilli, anyone, right? Right? Which says I'm old. Most of you out there don't know who Milli Vanilli is or what I'm talking about. Anyway, that wasn't even the biggest Coachella news. No, it wasn't. The real headline today was that Taylor Swift was there. Yeah. And she didn't even perform. She and Kelsey watched the show from the side of the stage. That's it. That's it. Nothing more. And the images and video of the two flooded social media. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift. Right? Standing on the side of the stage. That was the big news of Coachella this weekend. Yes. It was the biggest news of the weekend, and I'm not making this up. And man, the fact that I'm talking about it is proof that I'm getting old and cranky. Seriously. That's it. That's it. That's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you get for this this Monday, April 15th, 2024. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I want to remind everybody that tonight on Fade to Black, Dr. James Beecham, that's right, he's a physicist that works at CERN. And we're going to find out what CERN really is. We're going to do all of that tonight with Dr. James Beecham. But until then, all I've got is Go Backley Tappy.